Helene says, how do I stay strong after the final discard and the narcissist not hoovering? I think for everybody it's going to be different. So it just depends. Like, I would encourage you to circle your wagons as much as possible and then ask yourself, okay, what is going to help me to stay strong right now? Like, is it going to be to spend a lot of time with friends or with other people? Is it going to be to see if I can work as much as possible? Is it going to be to stay at home on, at night and just like lose myself in stand-up comedy? Like, or documentaries or something I would avoid anything that has to do with, that's going to trigger those feelings of like, sappy nostalgia, inappropriate feelings. Like, avoid romantic comedies. Like, focus on, you know, documentaries, the History Channel, like, stand-up comedy, stuff like that you can kind of lose yourself in for however long you want, and then that can help kind of get you through that time. And then I think reminding yourself too, like, this will pass. You will not feel this level of intensity in a few months from now, even a few weeks from now, even a few days from now. Like, every single day it's going to keep getting better and better, because those bonds, they start like dissipating over time. So just realizing, it's sort of like treating yourself as if you had the emotional flu, so tripling up on your self-care. And how would you act if you had the flu? Like, you would make yourself soup and get a blanket and watch a bunch of movies and mope around the house and take a hot bath, and all of that's okay. Just tripling up on your self-care, reminding yourself it's not always going to be like this. You will get through this, and you keep moving forward. I would also encourage you to write out, or somebody recommended, I think it was last week, and I freaking love this suggestion, is making, so my idea was to write down a, like, for when you miss him or her list with all of the hurtful, rotten things that they did, all of the reasons that when you see that, it evokes this strong emotion in you, and you're like, oh, how could I have forgotten that? Like, yeah, this person's rotten. Like, I don't want this in my life. Like, this is toxic for me. So something that'll wake you up, right? Somebody had mentioned last week, which I love, they said, do that, but make it into a video where you're talking to yourself and you're saying, this is what they lied about. This is what they did. Like, so it's kind of like your healthiest self talking to your current self. That can be incredibly, incredibly powerful, because you can then look back when if those feelings of nostalgia kick in or that sadness kicks in, you can go back and you can watch these videos. And you may even want to make a video where you're empowering yourself and you're like, you know what? Yeah, like, you feel knocked down, like you feel really low, like you feel, but you can do this. Like, you can climb out of this. Like, you've been through this before. You can do this again. I believe in you. You're strong. You're powerful. You're capable. And you give yourself that pep talk. And when you're feeling low, even if you're not fully believing it, like, you're telling yourself, like, as a coach, right? Like, you're like, you can do this, and we're going to do this. And we're going to build an amazing life, and we're going to do this one step at a time, one day at a time. Like, you got this. Then you go back and you watch that empowerment video when you're feeling like you're barely hanging on. And, support groups can help. There's lots of different things out there that can help. It's really knowing yourself enough to know, like, what do you need at this point. Lots of love to you guys. You are not alone. You are not crazy, and you really can move forward and heal from this.